Hi, today we're going to look at function notation and applications. And the example problem I'm going to use is from the notes, example number 7. Let me share screen here. Okay, the goal of the homework assignment is to use function notation to show algebra work and to interpret variables within the context of the problems. To demonstrate mastery, show algebra steps solving and answer each question A and B with a complete sentence referencing the meaning of both the X and the Y variables. Firefighters use a specially constructed hose that can take high water pressure. The water flow, F of X, in number of gallons per minute, GPM, for a 2-inch diameter solid bore nozzle is given by the function F of X equals 118.8 root X, where X is the nozzle pressure in pounds per square inch. Then we have two questions: find and interpret F of 36, and B, use the function to estimate the nozzle pressure when the water flow is 873 gallons per minute. Let's go back and look at the very first step that is good to do. Let me see if I can move my picture here so you can see all the words. All right, and get out my tablet. So when you're looking at an application problem, the first step should be to really get a handle on the variables. And to do that, we want to define the variables. And so that's the first trick. You want to find your X and your Y variables. So in function notation, F of X, B of X, or any other letter like that is actually your Y variable. And so it's one letter. And so when we say F of X here, really we're saying Y equals 118.8 root X. So F of X and Y are interchangeable. So to interpret the Y variable, which we're calling F of X in this case, using function notation. And so just be aware that that F of X is not F times X, but one thing that's glomped together and it's glued together and it means Y. And so our F of X variable, looking at what that means, if we go back up into the problem, it says that here's F of X, and right in front of it, it says water flow. So F of X means water flow. And then they gave us some units in number of gallons per minute, GPM. So it's always good to put units in there because that helps you to interpret the problem at the end. Okay, so that's our Y value. For our X value, they did give us an X, so you find that in the description up here. Here's our X, and right next to it, it says X is the nozzle pressure. Okay, so that's our definition of X. So we're going to put nozzle pressure. And they gave units on that as well. It's in pounds per square inch PSI. Okay, so once you've defined your variables, go back and read the problem one more time. It says firefighters use a specially constructed hose that can take high water pressure. The water flow, F of X, in number of gallons per minute, GPM, for a 2-inch diameter solid bore nozzle is given by this function, F of X equals 118.8 root X, where X is the nozzle pressure in pounds per square inch, PSI. And our first question is find and interpret F of 36. So when you're working with function notation, hang on a second, let me just switch colors here. When you're working with function notation, it's doing a couple of things. Not only does F of X mean that it's the Y variable, but it also can tell you to do an operation, and that's what's happening here. So when it says find and interpret F of 36, if up above it we write down the general form which they gave us, which was F of X, you can see that where the X is, they have now put in 36. And so that's the operation that it's telling you. It's really speaking to you and saying, when 36 is here, do this operation, let x equal 36. We can do that. So we're just going to write down the function. So we've got f of x equals 118.8 root x. So to find f of 36, you simply drop in 36 for x. So we're going to put in 118.8 root 36. Okay, and remember that on this side, you really need to think y. So when it says f of x or f of 36, f of 36 is really a fancy way of saying y. They just put a ribbon on it and sparkles and made it pretty, but it's still the y value. This is not saying f times 36. It's a common student misunderstanding. This is still one thing glued together, and it means y. So you can kind of, going to put a think bubble here like a cloud. You really need to think y on this side of the equation. That's what we're solving for. And they gave us all numbers on this side, so we can just drop that into our calculator. Let me bring my calculator up. And if you aren't on the home screen, remember, you can always use second quit to get there. And then you just drop in the numbers, 118.8. And then you can use the times and go second x squared, which is your root, and then drop in your 36. Close the parentheses if you have to. If you have the old programming, it gives you parentheses in there. And then just hit enter. It's a number, okay? And it gave us 712.8. Okay, so we've gotten our y value out. We found f of 36. And now we have to do the second half of the question. So we found f of 36. Now we need to interpret. So let me get a different color here. So to interpret this answer, the directions are telling you to interpret both the x and the y value. And so you interpret what they gave you and what you got from that. So the first thing they gave us was x equals 36. And so our x value is nozzle pressure. So to formulate our answer, we can say for a nozzle pressure of 36 PSI, pounds per square inch, comma, and then we interpret the y variable that we got out of this, the f of 36, and that's 712.8, and that is our y value, which is water flow in gallons per minute. So for a nozzle pressure of 36 PSI, you get a water flow of 712.8 gallons per minute. In the future, as we're working through the quarter, we will lighten up the requirement on writing a sentence, but in this particular assignment, it is expected for you to interpret both the x and the y variable. And so you need to make a reference to both of them in your answer. So we've got that x variable, nozzle pressure of 36 PSI that we dropped in, and we get a water flow of 712.8 gallons per minute, y value coming out. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Use the function to estimate the nozzle pressure when the water flow is 873 gallons per minute. So the first step is to look at what did they give us? Did they, oh, it didn't switch colors for me. Hold on just 1 second here. Let me fix that up. Okay. Let's try this again. All right, so they're giving me a water flow of 873 gallons per minute. So is that an x variable or a y variable? Well, you go back up here and you look at your definitions that we created for ourselves, and it's saying water flow, and water flow is y. So they gave us a y value here. So in this sentence, they're really talking to us and saying, let y equal 873. So we go back to our function, f of x equals 118.8 root x. And so in this case, we're going to drop in y equals 873. And remember, f of x is y. So we're dropping it in on this side, and it's going to replace all of that because f of x is glued together and it's our y value. So then we would put in the 873, and that's going to equal 118.8 root x. And now we're going to use the solving techniques that we've learned in this chapter to solve this equation. The first step is to isolate your root and get it by itself on one side. And to do that, remember there's invisible times when you have a number out in front of the root. So to undo times, we're going to divide by this 118.8. And then on this side, we're going to get some number. Unless it comes out exactly even, I would just leave it like this until you get down to the end. So 873 divided by 118.8. When you're in a word problem, rather than simplifying everything and showing all your steps on paper, you're using the calculator to get an answer. Okay, so now that we've isolated our root, we can go ahead and square both sides. And on this side, with our under times under rules, we'd get two x's, and so the x is going to break out. And on this side, we have 873 divided by 118.8, and we need to square that. Okay, so now we have the variable isolated by itself on one side and all numbers on this side, so we can go ahead and use our calculator again to drop that in. So if we put in a parentheses and put in our 873 divided by that 118.8 and close parentheses, and then we want to square that. So you can either use your squared button here or you can use the caret and the 2. But we have the squared button, so we can just go ahead and square that and hit enter. And that gives us a value, and it looks like 54. Oops, hold on, I don't have my calculator at the top. Let me just fix my view there. Always on the front. Okay, so we got 54.000229 and so on. On a word problem, usually you round to tenths, and it looks like the 10th is 0, so my final answer would say 54. Okay. Once you've got that answer, then it's interpret. Remember that even though the directions are not specifically right here, up at the top it said to interpret both A and B. That's a part of this assignment. And so what we want to do is we want to go back and look at what we were given and what we got out of that. So in the first place, they gave us a Y value that was water flow. So we could say for a water flow of 873 gallons per minute, then our X value, if we go back up here, you can remember X value is our nozzle pressure in PSI. So for a water flow of 873 gallons per minute, you get a nozzle pressure of 54 pounds per square inch PSI. Okay, and so that's interpreting our second answer. Interpreting both the X and the Y value, what we put in, the Y value, and the X value that we got out. Okay, that should help you to get that assignment done and to understand more about function notation and how to interpret with it.